Have you ever stared at the side of a trading card box, at that wall of tiny numbers, and just felt completely lost? Well, today, we're digging into the 2025 Topps Holiday Baseball set, and we're going to treat that odds sheet less like a math test and more like a treasure map. I'm going to give you the key to unlock it all.
So here's our plan for today. We're going to start with the basics, then we'll climb that ladder of rarity, from the simple base cards all the way up to holiday sparkles, the big hits, and yeah, even those almost mythical collector unicorns. Then we'll wrap it all up by figuring out which box is the right one for you and the cards you're hunting for.
All right, first things first. Before we can go find that buried treasure, we've got to know how to read the map, right? So this part, it's all about learning to speak the language of pack odds.
I mean, come on, who hasn't been there? You're standing in the store, you pick up a box, look at the side, and your eyes just glaze over from all those ratios and fractions. Trust me, you are not alone. It looks intimidating, but it's way simpler than it seems once you crack the code.
And here's the secret right here. Pack odds are really just the average number of packs you'd have to rip open to find a certain card. So, if you see 1 to 10, that doesn't guarantee you'll get that card if you buy 10 packs. It just means that across the entire printing of these cards, one was inserted for every 10 packs that were made. It's all just a game of averages.
Okay, so let's put that new knowledge to work, starting at the very beginning. Every great collection, every master set, it all starts with the base cards.
The odds for a base card are about as easy as it gets, 1 to 1. Yep, that means you are guaranteed to get them in every single pack. So yeah, no big shocker there. But hey, this is rung number 1 on that rarity ladder we're about to climb.
You should really think of these as the foundation of your collection. They're the workhorses, the cards that make up that main player checklist. You're going to see a ton of these, but they're absolutely essential if you're trying to build the complete set.
All right, look, building a base set is cool and all, but let's be honest. We're all here for the shiny stuff, right? Now we're getting into the parallels, the cards that have that extra sparkle and are a little bit harder to find. This is where the hunt really begins.
And man, you can see just how fast things escalate. A glitter holiday parallel? You'll find one in about every other pack, pretty common. But that blue metallic version? Okay, now we're talking 1 in 10 packs. And then, bam, that purple glitter? The odds just explode to 1 in over 300 packs. That is a massive, massive jump.
Okay, now we're entering what we collectors call hit territory. These are the cards that have something special, a piece of a jersey, or better yet, an actual autograph. These are the cards that can make an entire box worth it, the ones that have you screaming when you pull them.
So, what are we talking about here? Well, a relic card has a literal piece of the game inside it, a little swatch from a player's jersey or maybe a tiny piece of a bat. Super cool. An autographed card? Well, you guessed it. It's got the player's actual signature signed right on the card. Both are huge pulls for any collector.
And just like with the parallels, there are levels to these hits. In a mega box, you might find a basic player relic in about 1 of every 25 packs. Not too bad, right? But if you're chasing a player's autograph, whoa, those odds just skyrocket to over 1 in 1,000 packs. And a card with relics from 2 different players? Good luck. You're looking at odds of more than 1 in 3,600 packs.
So, we've found some shiny parallels, we've even landed some big hits, but some cards are so incredibly rare they almost feel like myths. These are the collector unicorns. These are the cards you dream about, the pulls that become legends in the hobby.
And that's really the heart of it all, isn't it? I mean, let's be real. The crazier the odds, the better the story is when you actually pull the card. And the cards we're about to look at, oh, they tell one heck of a story.
Okay, prepare for a jump into hyperspace. You thought 1 in 300 was rough? Get a load of this. The Golden Glitter Holiday Parallel. We're talking odds of just under 1 in 30,000 packs.
Oh, but that's nothing. You want the golden version of one of those holiday-shaped relics? You are now looking at odds of 1 in over 160,000 packs. Just wow.
And here it is, the absolute toughest pull in the entire product, the Golden Dual Player Relic. The odds are a mind-blowing 1 in 548,000 packs. That, my friends, is the very definition of a unicorn.
But what does a number that big even mean? Well, to put that into perspective for you, it's like trying to walk into the city of Sacramento, California, and find one specific random person on your very first try.
That's the kind of luck we're talking about, a true once-in-a-lifetime pull.
Okay, so now that our brains have melted a little from those numbers, let's get practical. Because knowing the odds is only half the battle. The other half is knowing where to hunt.
And listen up, because this is super important. Not all boxes are created equal. The format you buy, whether it's a mega box, a tin, or one of those advent calendars, it completely changes the game and what you can possibly find inside.
So check this out. This is basically your cheat sheet for the whole set. If you're chasing those monster hits, the autographs, the relics, the really rare chrome parallels, you have to get a mega box. They're only in there. But if you want those awesome holiday lights parallels, nope, not in the mega. Those are exclusive to the tins. And the advent calendar? Well, that's a totally different experience. Perfect if you just want a fun, daily rip leading up to the holidays. It's all about matching your chase to the right box.
So, there you have it. The treasure map for 2025 Topps Holiday is officially decoded. You know what's common, what's rare, and what's pretty much impossible. And now you know exactly which box to grab to go after the cards you want. So I guess the only question left is, are you feeling lucky?